We are about to experience our first major solar eclipse of September 2025. This month alone, we are going to have some major energetic shifts that are going to change the trajectory of how you experience the next 2 years. This solar eclipse is going to be a total lunar eclipse. And what is happening in the sky right now, we are going to have the Earth move right between the sun and the moon in the sky. And we are going to see a total lunar eclipse during this time. The astrological significance of this first eclipse is that this is going to put a major emphasis on both Pisces energy and Virgo energy. During the time of this eclipse, we are going to have the sun in the sign of Virgo conjunct the south node and Mercury all in the sign of Virgo. And we are also going to have the moon in the sign of Pisces conjunct the north node in the sign of Pisces, putting a major destiny feel around Piscean themes in our life. This is not just going to affect us individually, but us as a society in general. We're going to have some changes around communications. We might also have some major themes around innovation with technology and how we communicate with one another. The fact that Saturn has also recently returned into the sign of Pisces during the time of the first solar eclipse, this is going to bring major karma around Piscean themes in your life. And again, us as a society, we're going to see a major focus on spiritual themes and creative themes as well. We might have more of a shift throughout our society onto themes of content, music, the arts, and something involving creativity, and also strong spiritual themes. This could include astrology being more in the limelight during this time or just more in the spotlight. We may also have some sort of collective shift in consciousness into more spiritual themes in general. We might have more interest peaking around themes of spirituality. And it is also very likely that we're going to have some sort of major shift and change with the way that we communicate, because Mercury will be in the solar eclipse, even though it will be in the sign of Virgo. When we're on the Pisces Virgo axis like this, it is going to be illuminated, especially conjunct the sun in the sign of Virgo. So there's going to be a major focus and major spotlight energy around communications. It is very likely that you could begin a new creative communications project during this time. You may find yourself having to really focus on the ways that you communicate with your friends, coworkers, the people you work with, or even your family members. You may also start to communicate more during this time, or even start some sort of communications project. This could be creating a podcast, creating a YouTube channel, even writing a book, or beginning some sort of written project. It is very likely to begin and initiate around this time. And every time we have a new eclipse cycle, the one that we're about to experience in September, this is really going to set the precedence of how you experience the next 2 years. Every time we start a new eclipse cycle, it will begin a new chapter of your life. So all the events that you experience between now and October will set the stage for what is to come between now and 2027. You will also find yourself having new karmic opportunities during this time. You'll have new doors of opportunity begin to open for you, especially around Pisces and Virgo themes in your life. Again, this could be creativity, written materials, things around communication. And you might also start to see some sort of transformation in your life around these themes as well. Because we currently have Pluto retrograde in the sign of Aquarius and Uranus is currently in the sign of Gemini that just went retrograde on the 6th, you're going to have some sort of like major innovation around the way that you communicate with people. And again, you might find yourself becoming more creative around these themes as well. It'll be like some sort of like major change and major innovation around creative communications specifically. And this could have a lot to do with social media. This could be just new innovations and new progression in technology. We might, as a society, have some sort of major technological advancements during this time. But you can generally kind of expect communications, creativity, content, social media, and innovations around technology. So let's talk about how this is going to affect each of the zodiac signs. If you're an Aries rising, this is going to take place in your 12th house and 6th house axis. You might have some sort of major change around your work life. You may have some sort of major karmic theme around communications and what you actually do for work and how you communicate with others at your work. This could be major themes around coworkers. You might also have some sort of new project that you begin around communications at this time. It might also have a lot to do with how you serve others and how you actually communicate with like your coworkers, your bosses, the people who you actually work with. It is also very likely, Aries rising, you could have some sort of major spiritual revelation or breakthrough during this time. You might have some very vivid dreams or just some very spiritual things happen to you. With Neptune also currently in your sign, you will feel this very strongly as it relates to spiritual themes in your life. You can have some sort of spiritual revelation or some sort of spiritual awakening that will illuminate certain themes in your life. You may also find yourself becoming more interested in themes like astrology or numerology or even something like tarot during this time. If you're a Taurus rising, you will start to have some major themes around your social circles, your social networks, creativity, and what really brings you joy. You may also find that the events that start to take place for you during this first solar eclipse will have a lot to do with the fact that Pluto is currently transiting your 10th house. When Pluto is transiting your 10th and you having all of these major themes in your 11th house and 5th house axis, this puts a major focus on creativity and how you can weave this into your public image. You might have some major themes around creating things for your profession that really put you specifically more and more in the limelight. You may also find that with Uranus currently retrograde in your 2nd house, you'll have some sort of major sudden change with your own self-worth and your own self-confidence that will coincide with kind of how you're creating things for large groups of people and really putting yourself more and more into the spotlight. You'll have a major theme around creativity, the things that bring you joy, something involving entertainment, and something that really taps into your creativity as an artist and really sharing that with large groups of people. During this time, you might also have a major karmic experience around your social circles expanding and your social networks exponentially growing as well. If you're a Gemini rising, you will be experiencing this first solar eclipse on your 10th house and 4th house axis, really putting you in the limelight and really in the spotlight. It is very likely you could have some sort of major karmic theme around achievements during this time. You could have some sort of project become very successful, or you may receive some sort of major promotion that you were supposed to receive around the time of the first solar eclipse. You may also find that you might be put into a position of management or leadership. Either this could be at a company, or maybe you're starting to lead and manage a team of people for a group project, or maybe you start managing some sort of new project that really puts you in this position as like a leader, manager, and an authority figure, and other people will begin to see you in a more favorable light at this time as well. It is also very likely that anything that you begin will really give you a sense of self-worth and self-confidence with Jupiter currently transiting your 2nd. And you'll also start to feel like you'll have some sort of major theme as it relates to being in spotlight leadership energy and other people seeing you as such. You may also feel like you are kind of pulling away from your home life and not necessarily focusing so much so on your actual physical house and more so on actually achieving and creating something that really makes a large impact. If you're a Cancer rising, you will be experiencing this first solar eclipse on your 9th house and 3rd house axis. It is more than likely you could have some sort of major door of opportunity open for you during this time around travel and higher education. It's very likely that you could have some sort of new travel opportunity. This could be going on a sudden vacation or just traveling for work as well. You could have to go on some sort of business trip, and any opportunity that you receive will have the intention of expanding your knowledge, especially because you're going to have a major focus on your 3rd house. Major themes around expanding your knowledge, travel, and higher education. This might also be something where you need to travel to like a convention where you grow and expand your knowledge. You may also have some major karmic themes around that time that puts you more in the limelight and kind of sets the stage for what you're about to experience come the spring. If you're a Leo rising, you'll be experiencing this first solar eclipse in your 8th house, 2nd house axis. And for you, this is going to bring some major karmic themes around your financials. This first solar eclipse, you'll have some sort of major karmic theme around other people's resources, your taxes, something around sudden inheritances as well. You might suddenly receive some large lump sum into your life. Again, this could be a sudden inheritance. This could be suddenly getting a major tax return, something like that. That will happen very suddenly and fast and very karmically. Because you'll be experiencing this solar eclipse in your 8th house, 2nd house axis, you'll also have a major focus and some sort of major new beginning around your actual financials. You could feel a lot more self-confident during this time as well. With Venus transiting your 1st, other people are seeing you as more attractive, and this will make you feel a lot more confident. It's also very likely, again, you could receive some sort of major increase. You're having your financial houses really illuminated by these solar eclipses that you're going to be experiencing throughout all of September. September. And this is really going to put these themes into the limelight for you. And you might also find yourself receiving some sort of raise at work. And you may also find that someone could also enter your life during this time who will begin to open doors for you, who could also help you with these themes as well. So there could be someone coming into your life during the time of the first solar eclipse and even into the second solar eclipse who opens some sort of major door of opportunity for you that will lead to you increasing your financials exponentially. If you're a Virgo rising, you're going to have a major focus on your relationships and long-term relationships during this first solar eclipse. You might have someone re-enter your life. This could be a best friend or an ex or some sort of past relationship who has you really focus on your long-term relationships and what you really seek from a long-term relationship, a romance, a business partner, a best friend. And you may also find yourself meeting your destiny as it relates to long-term relationships. You will have very major karmic and destined themes in your life around your one-on-one long-term partnership. And it is also very likely that you could even begin a new relationship during this time as well. Again, you'll have a major destined karmic theme around these themes in your life. Any new relationship that you begin will most likely have a very destined and karmic feel to it. You may also find that your sense of self will be illuminated by this relationship. And you may really start to see how other people see you and how you see yourself, and really start to intellectualize these things in order for you to really set strong boundaries around all of your long-term relationship. This is going to be a major theme coming in for you. And you may also find that you could change your career based on this new information that you receive. And you'll see that your actual work life begin to transform. If you're a Libra rising, you're going to be experiencing this first solar eclipse in your 6th house and 12th house axis, with the North Node in Pisces in your 6th house and the South Node in your 12th house. You're going to have some major themes around your actual work life. You might find yourself very focused on these themes. You have recently gone through a major transformation with what you actually do for work, how you actually serve others, and what you actually do for a living. You may also find yourself starting some sort of new chapter in your life around your work life. So you may find yourself having a destined new karmic beginning around your actual work life. And this could even show up in projects that you begin, communications projects that you start, art projects you begin, content that you begin creating. Something like that is about to happen in your life. You may also find yourself beginning a new chapter of your life where you feel a lot more fulfilled by your work, even though you are working more than you have in the past. You may find yourself hustling more often. 6th house is all about the actual hustle you do every day. It's not like the 10th house, which you're also experiencing Jupiter in your 10th, but the solar eclipses are going to be more around the themes of your 6th house and 12th house. So this will have a major theme around your everyday hustle, what you actually do every day, and how you show up in other people's lives and projects that you do to serve others. And this will be like meeting your karmic destiny around these themes. If you're a Scorpio rising, you will be experiencing this first solar eclipse in your 5th house, 11th house axis. However, for you, this is going to have a major focus on creativity in your life. You're going to have some sort of major revelation and major breakthrough as it relates to the creative projects that you work on every single day. You could have had some major focus on your actual work life this summer with Saturn being in the sign of Aries, and you may have even gotten kind of like a taste of what you're going to be experiencing in the next 2 years between now and 2028. And you may find yourself having to kind of go back in these themes and have a new major revelation as it relates to the things you actually do that are creative, that serves your work life. You might find yourself having to learn a new creative skill, start some sort of new creative project for work. Something involving actual creativity will have a major theme around both solar eclipses for you, but especially this first one. And you'll have some major karmic themes around the projects that you work on. And you may also find yourself creating something for people that you can share on a massive scale as well. This could be starting to create social content, creating some sort of communications project, starting some sort of video project, or working on some sort of major presentation or webinar for the people you work with. You're going to have some sort of major theme around those themes. You might also find yourself attracting new allies into your life, and also generally having a lot more fun. When you have the 5th house and the 11th house illuminated, you're more likely to attend parties, concerts, sporting events. Anything that you consider to be really fun is more likely to be in the cards around these solar eclipses. If you're a Sagittarius rising, you are about to experience this first solar eclipse in your 4th house and 10th house axis, really putting a major emphasis on not just your home life and your emotions, but your actual public image. So when we think about having the North Node and Saturn in your 4th house during this time, this is major karmic themes around your actual home life and major destiny themes around your emotions, putting your emotions at the forefront and going back and thinking what your public image actually is and how you can really honor your own emotions and what you actually want and really honor those emotions into your public image and what you do for work. During this time, especially this first solar eclipse, you'll probably feel more themes of this in the second one on September 21st. You will have a major focus on your public image. You'll have a major elevation with it, especially with having Venus transiting your 10th starting on the 19th. This is going to be major focus on who you are in the spotlight. But for you, again, this is meeting your karmic destiny around your actual emotions and how you can honor them when you're in your public image. You may also find yourself changing homes or purchasing a new home that will resonate more with what you actually do for work as well. If you're a Capricorn Rising, you're about to experience this first solar eclipse in your 3rd house and 9th house axis. And you might find yourself meeting your karmic destiny around social media communications, thinking, the mind. It's very possible you could start some sort of written project during this time or start some sort of podcast. You may be actively working to expand your knowledge and really expand your horizons as it pertains to intellectualism and shared thoughts. You may, again, find yourself beginning some sort of new creative project. This could literally be starting your own podcast, TikTok page, YouTube channel, something that involves communications. You're more likely to have a new karmic beginning around this time. If you have ever wanted to write a book, now is also a really good time to kind of begin that project. And you will also really have a major focus on higher education during this time as well. You may find yourself expanding your horizons as it relates to your knowledge. You could begin some sort of new course, new certificate training program, new higher education degree during this time. And you may also find that the themes that you experience this month will kind of set the precedence of what is to come in the next 2 years. You may also find that anything that you kind of begin now may also help your career in the long run. If you're an Aquarius Rising, you're going to be experiencing the first solar eclipse in your 2nd house and 8th house axis, which will put a major karmic focus on your own earning power, your self-confidence, your self-worth, and other people's resources. But for you, you're going to have some sort of major breakthrough as it relates to your self-confidence and how you actually earn a living. You may find yourself starting your own company. You could finally start that side hustle. Because Pluto is transiting your 1st and your 10th house ruler is Scorpio, this will have a major focus on your actual work life and like your public image too. You may find yourself starting some sort of new project that puts you more in the limelight and in the long term really exponentially increasing your finances. This is major energy around creating your own company, creating your own business, and doing so to really project yourself into a new chapter of your life. If you're a Pisces Rising, this first solar eclipse that we're going to be experiencing is going to have a major focus for you on your 7th house and 1st house axis. For you in particular, you're going to have a major karmic destiny theme around how you actually see yourself. You could have some sort of major karmic breakthrough around really looking at yourself in the mirror and seeing yourself for how other people see you and really kind of taking that energy in order to set boundaries around relationships and really step into a brand new chapter of your life where you are feeling your best and other people are seeing you as a more confident and more attractive version of yourself. Because you have Jupiter also transiting your 5th house during this time, you will also have some sort of major creative revelation. You may change your aesthetics in some way or change your hair color, change your wardrobe, do something with your appearance that is very karmic and destined for your creative self. You may also find yourself going through some sort of major glow up and like other people seeing you as a more attractive version of yourself. You could start going to the gym more often or doing something with your appearance that makes you feel a lot healthier and also makes you feel like you are presenting yourself outwardly the way that you feel on the inside. And if you're wondering how you can make the most of this eclipse season, now is going to be one of the most potent times for manifestation. Doing things like meditation, visualization, journaling are just a few ways that you can make the most of this. You may also find that if you are an Aries rising, a Libra rising, a Leo rising, or an Aquarius rising, now is going to be one of the most potent times for you to manifest your dream life. Because we're having the North Node conjunct the moon in the sign of Pisces at the same time Saturn is also in the sign of Pisces, this is really going to be very, very potent for all manifestation. You may find yourself being able to really manifest exactly what you would like, and anything you begin to manifest now is more than likely to occur in the spring. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for more astrology updates.